So last summer, Arcade1Up came out with their version 2.0 countercades to replace their first iteration of the device. Now, the first one was met with some criticism among fans, namely due to a very high retail price and overall just a very large bezel that made the screen look overtly small on the countercades. So Arcade1Up went back to the drawing board, redesigned the countercades completely, and they came out with their 2.0, which had a smaller footprint, kept the same screen size, and lowered the retail price. So essentially checking all the criticism boxes that fans had made. I personally reviewed the Miss Pac-Man countercade on this channel, and while I did enjoy it, it wasn't without its drawbacks. Namely, the screen was the biggest issue to me. It had a lot of issues with the washout and viewing angles being poor. It was fine when you were looking dead on, but anytime you had a side-to-side view of it, it would immediately lose color and just have that gray washout look. Now it looks like Arcade1Up has yet again went back to the drawing board and redesigned the countercades for a third time. This time we're looking at some countercade version 3.0s with some new bells and whistles offered and some new pre-order listings to talk about today. So first thing on the docket to talk about is this Pac-Man Galaga combo. It's basically a poor man's version of the Namco 20th anniversary, which featured Miss Pac-Man and Galaga, only this time we're getting Pac-Man and Galaga. There is no sign of Miss Pac-Man anywhere. Now, as you can see, they've just split it down the middle. You got Pac-Man on the left, Galaga on the right, artwork corresponding, and as you can see, it is the same size, form factor, version 2 that we've already kind of grown accustomed to. You can really kind of tell that just by how close the buttons are to the joystick, which was namely one of my key criticisms of that. I just found myself inadvertently hitting the buttons all the time when I was playing that Miss Pac-Man. However, if I adjusted my playing style a little bit, it wasn't an issue, but for people with large hands, you're still probably going to run into the same headaches here. But you got the Galaga artwork on the right-hand side of the cabinet. Looking nice. And then you've got the yellow Pac-Man. So if you've got OCD, that may drive you crazy. Again, ties in nicely with the Pac-Man Galaga hybrid split. One key feature we do have though is we now have a headphone jack. So that is what this little section is right here in the left-hand corner. You can now plug in a headphone, so that is a nice little added feature. Also, we do have the sliding volume button, but the fact that we do have a headphone jack for the first time is going to be very convenient for a lot of those people that are playing in family rooms, don't want to wake up the family in the middle of the night when they're trying to set a high score for Pac-Man, Galaga, or whatever. So very excited to see that added to there. Retail price is going to be $149.99, which is standard for what we've seen on the countercade version 2.0s, specifically the ones that had 4 games. The 2-in-1 versions, those were running around $99. However, this will have 4 games according to this listing, due out July 1st. So if you want to pre-order, I'll put pre-order links down in the video description box below, but it says 4 games in 1. However, this listing does not list the 4 games, which is a bit of a head scratcher. You would think that would be one of the first key ingredients you would put on the listing, but that is really par for the course for a lot of these web listings. You just kind of have to take the information with a grain of salt because it does get updated, and it also does get put up here prematurely and incorrectly a lot of the times. But you can see the dimensions. These specifically are making me kind of think this is the dimensions for the countercade inside the box, namely because the countercade version 2.0s were not that tall. So I think these dimensions are specific to the countercade inside the retail packaging. It says adjustable variable volume, 8-inch screen, 13.6 pounds. The other ones were around 11.5 pounds, something like that. So we do get a clear deck protector standard, just like we've all come to grow accustomed to. However, this one I'm really excited about, light up marquee. So that's right, you get a light up marquee standard on these new countercades without having to pay any additional costs, which is great. I know a lot of people out there probably saying, oh my god, Pac-Man again. Yeah, I get it. Pac-Man pays the bills for Arcade1Up so they can give you those new thrilling machines later down the line. However, if you haven't for whatever reason picked up any kind of variation of Pac-Man, I mean, this is a pretty much no-brainer for you because it's got a small form factor, low retail price, has all the bells and whistles, has that light up marquee so you don't have to pay a third-party provider to build you one. And then next up we have the 40th anniversary Miss Pac-Man machine. Now this one is slightly different from others in the past, just that sleek black look. But as you can see, same design as the other one we just looked at, headphone jack in the top left-hand corner. You got your start coin buttons and your action button here on the right-hand side. Again, there is no indication of what games come on this. All we can see and tell right now is that it does come with Miss Pac-Man. However, the item listing does say it comes with 4 games, so you will get some additional games on there. Obviously, it's going to be something with a very similar, easy to use button configuration, things we've already seen, Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, all those type of Namco games that have already been rehashed and released on Arcade1Up Countercades already, you're probably going to see the exact same kind of game lineups and expectations on this, but it is a good looking device. I like the sleek black look. I know some would prefer the wood grain going back to that, but I do like the sleek black, and the blue trim on this is a nice little variation because we've already seen pink and yellow, so the blue is a nice touch in my opinion. Again, you will maybe run into some headaches with your hand placement depending on how big your adult size hands are, because again, the coin over there on the left and the right, very close to the joystick being centered there, so depending on how you play, you may run into some headaches there. And finally, we have the Super Pac-Man Countercade. Now again, $149 retail price for all of these, and they do all come with 4 games. Unfortunately, again, they don't list what the other titles are, but this is a good looking little Super Pac-Man Countercade. There's not a whole lot you can really say about it. All of them have the same kind of footprint. They're very small. They'll fit on your desk, fit on the counter, hence the name Countercade, but $149 retail price with the light up marquee is a little more attractive, especially with 4 games as opposed to 2. But we got the nice Super Pac-Man red, white, and blue and yellow color theme here. Again, we got the action button on the right hand side and the coin button, start button on the left hand side. Headphone jack on the top left hand corner, volume, everything's really going to be standard. It does look nice. I'm thrilled to see them actually including the light up marquee. You guys will have to let me know in the comments down below what you think of these. Are you just absolutely sick and tired of Pac-Man? Do you like the fact that they added the headphone jack? Are you excited to see the light up marquee coming standard on this? Let me know your thoughts and opinion of these new countercades down in the comments below. That does it for today's video. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that like button, share this video with your friends if you found the information helpful, and as always, thanks for watching, guys. It really means a lot.